transition. Oh, it helps if I also take this and put it over here. And what I did this time is, in case Facebook garbles the feed again, I also put a link. Yeah, there we go, pointing right at it. A link to where they can see, where people can see it up on YouTube in case it's horrendously blurry like it came out last time.
Yeah. Oh, what's up with
Eden and Kathy joined already. And I have a cat in my lap being nuisance.
Her name isn't Nuisance.
No, it's Desi. Sometimes Desi asked her, do you want to finish up the bag of Solid or throw some like Raggy cups?
Can finish up the Solid.
Okay. Mugs?
Mugs.
Is your bag sore?
No, it was the last bat down there.
Oh, yeah, because I need to clear the other bats off of those.
It was reaching down. It was, whoa, way down there. There are notes with a message that was studied.
Yeah.
Fun. And morning people can be doing more cups and then possibly some Viking pieces.
Yes. I will cut you off a few pieces and then open up my phone and I have a message from Wolfblood because he's confused by the message from Barra.
So of course he's going to contact you.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, that's funny.
Cut you off a few mug-sized pieces and then I will go get those things popped off their bats so you have more bats to work with. That piece of clay is now too small. There we go. We have Android Sculptor. Hello.
And let us know, is the video...
Is the feed okay today? As I've been noticing, looking at playbacks, that the feed has been
Facebook is
truly abysmal.
Yeah.
I'll do this even over here. And there. Turn off the air cleaner to reduce the number of background sounds.
Yeah. Theodore Scott, good morning.
Hello. Hello. Okay, what have I got there? Oh yeah, those. I'll move these to the table on the floor, I guess.
I've been dramatic wind out there this morning.
Yeah, at least it's a little calmer than it was yesterday.
Yeah. The wind wasn't really that bad.
Oh god. This is a dead bat.
But bad enough that we couldn't
Do firing. Yep. And the San Andreas has opened up in that bat. It is now dead. It went crunch when it was.
I told you there was a couple of those like that yesterday.
Yeah, that you
Jim
did.
Decker joined. Good morning. Fortuna, please reply.
There. Because I need to get things cleared so you have space for these mugs that you're making right now.
Minor details.
That.
Go. One.
Huh. I have Mimi joined. Hello.
Good morning.
And Heather. Nice. And if anyone's having issues with video quality, you can just go over to the feed version that's over on YouTube.
Links at the top there.
Because notice yesterday when we were watching some of the playback that I have no idea what Facebook did to the feed. where it was so blurry and there was like refresh lines going down.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't how it appeared on our screen.
Well, we're live.
No, not when we were live.
I wonder if there's a difference. Oh, so it was a thumbs up. Does that mean the video quality is okay?
See, that's a thumbs up from somebody who's not listed as having joined. But I have no idea how that functions. And where's my lunch tool? There it is. Oh yeah, gotta answer a message, send a message, and then I can work on that. There's enough space to now have that one up there. Oh.
Yes. There's Barrett.
Hey,
Good
hello.
morning, Barrett.
Good morning.
Not a good morning, I take it. Just morning. And Tanya Flynn joined. Good morning. Go to. If there's anything people would like to see me throw, just type it in the comments. Yes. Morning. Well, that bat's not going to last much longer.
Chunks coming off.
It's having a chunked error. There we go.
Oh, Flood's question answered. Oh, that's your last piece. I suppose I should catch more pieces now.
Yeah, probably help.
The
bed is littered with cracker crumbs. And whose fault is that? It's probably a cat, right? No.
Yes, the cat's name is apparently Tormund. Who's decided they like crackers.
I see.
We were just talking about that last night, weren't we?
Yes.
We had a cat once that loved Cheez-Its. We were not meaning to give any of your cat's ideas. Yes, Tormund. You have a cracker
7 green moss of crackers.
Oh, lots of crumbs.
Dragged.
He dragged one out and crunched it to bits.
Oh no.
Oh, so many crumbs. Crumbs that are slightly soggy from cat spit.
Tasty. Yeah, and then they get into the covers and then they can stick to you. It's so fun.
Yeah. So it says the voice of experience?
No. There was once somebody who dumped playing with pennies.
Yeah, I know. It was me and the bag of pennies left loose in the bed.
Yeah.
And you will never let me live it down.
I get you to bed.
Tormund would like you to see you throw a kitty ball.
A kitty ball? Okay.
Okay, you're gonna need a smaller slice of clay for that. It's the 20-ish, correct?
Yeah.
Stay, do not roll over and play that clay. Like that. Ow.
We'll do off the bat here.
Okay. So if these two are 26s, I'm going to make a couple of like smaller pieces right there. They're going to be more towards the front, towards you. That one's 17, that one's 17. How much is this last piece? It's 30. There, 2 15s.
Go.
There, you've got 4 bully size pieces.
Bully balls. Kitty balls.
I have El Russo. Join. Yes, they do. Spork would like to see you throw Desi. She's out of reach now. I have no idea what she was meowing at the other end of the house.
Christopher?
Very possibly. Hey, Christopher, your bed's not arranged right. Get him off the cover so I can climb in right. That is a cat who whines.
Close to the one that yells.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one's better or worse.
Yelling is louder.
True, the yelly cat is definitely louder than the whiny cat. Bridget Crossman joined. Hello. Oh, good. She invited Brooke Newton. So she's inviting more people to come watch.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I've got lots of bubbles going up the screen.
Ah.
So is the video quality okay today? Facebook mucking it up yesterday. No idea what was up. And yeah, trolling around from Adele here from TP. Well, went around trying to find help or support features in Facebook. That was a bust. Over here.
Get all the uneven parts always come up to the top. And you just slice it off. Sometimes it comes off easily. Nice and easily. Other times it does that. Then you don't want sharp edges, you gotta round it off.
Yeah.
Smooth on
It's a teeny bit blurry, but you're recognizable. In terms of user help transparency, Facebook is opaque. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, you'll want to take that in the other room. One moment, please, while the call is answered. Hello? And this is why we have such a heavy case on the phone, because it will get clay on it. Goes on here. Norman says that it would hold a lot of tuna. Yeah, the bowl would hold a lot of tuna. Good. Yes, good thinking. It's also the reason why when it comes to the home phone, we have a tendency of utilizing ones that say they're for like a kitchen or sealed units. Because inevitably, it'll ring when we have our hands covered with clay. So many clay crumbles. Normally this rounding process that I'm doing on the bottom of the cups is done when they're wetter, because these ones were actually thrown 2 days ago. Not all of them will let go of the bats. Because it floods the bats to get it to let go. She will be back in a few minutes, probably. So what's the process for attaching mug handles? Okay, the things that are being thrown right now, the couple of mugs that were thrown a few minutes ago, will be ready for handles by tomorrow. Probably have to be making some handles for the oil lamps that we made yesterday. But we actually have some handles that are already made up for mugs out of this clay. So that's what the handles look like before they're attached. And what we do to make the handles is we have an extruder, just like one of those giant cookie press type things. It makes coils of clay for us. And we'll take that and then we'll pull it. So now, do I have any coil? I don't think I do. Nope. Sometimes I have bags of just coil inside, but I don't have it at the moment. Let's see, do I have a piece of clay that I could just do is make this coil real quick. One of the reasons why we use an extruder for the handles is because it gives a more even consistency than, say, something that was just rolled out by hands. Because, well, if you can see all the knuckle marks, it's not a very even coil. But when people talk of pulling handles, that's that. Now this would actually probably make more than one handle because there's a weak spot right there. She'll just break it off there. And there, now there's two small handles that we can use for something once they firm up as well. You can't see the knuckle marks due to blurriness, but I can see the pulling well enough. Good. Yeah, because my I have fairly pronounced knuckles on my hands. Some people, if they have fleshier hands, they're less likely to leave individual finger grooves when they're rolling out a coil.
Seriously?
Hot tea. But yeah, after it's smoothed out, actually what I can do is probably hold it under. There we go. That camera. Higher resolution. See, there's no basically nubbly bits anymore. Mind you, they won't be ready to attach to cups for at least a couple of hours because they have to firm up so that when you, a good litmus test is when you lift it up, if the handle uncoils, if it tries to become a straight bit again, it's not firm enough to attach to a cup. Beginning to think I should go check to see what's up. What I'm going to do is just walk away for a second. Be right back, guys. Okay.
Nothing bad.
Okay.
Just getting play on the phone.
Yeah.
So fun. That's
gave
why
a
my phone has a heavy
clay on the screen.
A heavy case on it. That's
And
why I
Gorilla
can't
Glass cover and
Yeah.
wash that off later.
Yeah. Get all the
I gave a little handle demo words.
There we go. staples.
Where did I put down the orange tool? There it is. That's so cool. Thank you. And then we'll get back to the throwing.
Yeah, I'm back to a regularly scheduled month.
Bye. And I will continue getting things off their bats so we have space. The new things.
Now we freeze your joy.
Who's got that shelf cleared off? Yeah, we didn't get to taking those 8-ounce cups off of their bats yesterday.
Oops.
So, routing them that way. Missile wants to know how you'll make the pizza plates. Those will actually use different technique because probably I think it would probably take and make a platter and cut it into sixths.
Yeah. And
Randall Fitzallen, I'll enjoy. Hello. So the platters are actually thrown basically upside down over a shaped bag. So instead of being a flat board, they're actually a shaped form of plaster.
they're thrown upside down.
Go. Ow.
Go. Stop.
Tell that pedal who's boss.
My desk gets into the workings of the pedal. And therefore it doesn't want to stop sometimes. Good morning. Somebody else joined. I can't quite read that.
Or Alexander Knox.
Okay.
Just off the bat.
Bulbs are very quick to throw.
Yeah, gonna have to open the dark clay soon.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I should take the bag of Greek and rotate it.
Rotate it.
Because the last batch of Greek clay was a little too firm to work with straight off the bat without causing significant sore muscles. So we've had to bring it in a couple days in advance and add water to the bag and then rotate the bag so that it can absorb the water more evenly. I wouldn't say evenly because there's always going to be a gushy spot. That one.
Gotta wash the stuff off my hand so it doesn't.
Yeah, hand gets
Hands get gooey.
3 balls.
Also, when I pick up the next piece of clay, I don't want it to be all wet and gooey on the underneath side. So I don't want to stick to the back.
Which is no fun. It's also yellow, kind of like the cat. Yes. What is Greek clay? It's the clay we use to mimic the color of Greek clay. So it's kind of the shorthand we use for it because
It's red.
it's red. It's a light red clay. Your average red clay turns brown in the firing, so we had to do quite a bit of research and hunting around and sourcing the material to get the right shade.
Right shade, right consistency, things that won't shrink or warp too much.
And we lucked out that one had such a good sculptural quality to it.
Yeah. Oh, there are more people joining.
We had Dee Munchik and David Burnett. No. these ones moved up. Did I miss that one? Nope, got that.
Oh.
Do you want to do
Set it right there.
more of the Viking cups, or do you want to do like beakers?
I could do some beakers.
Oh yeah, gotta move the two little example handles out of the way.
Cute beakers.
Well, I got a piece of scrap clay out of one of the bags to demonstrate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the prettiest chunk of coil material, because it didn't start off as coil.
Smack.
All done by feel. That's neat. You don't even look. Yeah, because
I had a college instructor once. He had everybody do it blindfolded. It's so you're not fooled by what your eyes see. Because it is mostly about feel. Because you could get distracted by the way it looks.
the spinning things are hypnotic.
Because you have there's always a little unevenness. And as you pull up, the uneven parts come up to the top. And it looks like it's really, really uneven. That's just on the top. So what I do is, after that, you see, if I wasn't looking at it, I don't see it. I don't feel it with my hands. Because it's on the top. And I'm trying to adjust the wall, the side of it. And once I get it to the thickness that I want, now it looks a lot more even just by cutting off that little bit of unevenness at the top. So what I do is I just kind of smooth it out and compress the bottom. And go like this. So if I'm just doing a cup, I've done lots of cups. If I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing,
It'll come out as a cup.
regardless of the size of the piece of clay.
We've had some very large cups as a result.
There are pictures.
Yeah.
Different cups at that point.
Well, there were the times that we were like that tankard we got asked to make that was to hold a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah.
We'll make it. It was better than the goblet with the handle.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one, and we've seen that one not just this last year, and that piece is still in perfect condition.
He loves his goblet with him.
Okay, yeah, now I've put things in the way of me setting stuff down. That was clever. That. You need more. No, you'd have one more piece. I need to get more clay for you now. Each else. Thanks for the demonstration. I need to go, but it was fun seeing this. Thank you for dropping by.
Yeah.
Bye. So after that piece, you're going to have to switch water buckets.
Yep.
Actually, what we need are we need minis. We need small cups. Small cups. Pieces of 8. We say pieces of 8 in reference to small cups. Oh, how was the wind last night? It was really loud.
It was loud, but it was bad enough that we couldn't do any firing.
Yeah, it was
We couldn't run the kiln.
We couldn't run the
There was too
kiln.
much wind. But other than that, it was just loud.
It knocked the garbage can over because it was most of the way empty.
Yeah.
But that was the worst of what the wind did outside.
That was the wind there last night.
Did you guys have any wind up there? Now where else am I to? It's just going to be one of those days. There it is. Keep setting it down. suppose what I could do. Put the keyboard in. That way I don't get the clay into the keyboard. I can sit more comfortably. There you go. Because otherwise I was craning my neck to actually see the screen. Just no wind.
Mm. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thing is, I thought with how loud the wind was, you might keep me awake. And I'll put me right to sleep.
It was loud wind, but it wasn't angry wind.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take that one up. Shelf. So gonna need
Just a
5
few
handles
more sprinkles of rain.
They were predicting a lot of rain for this area. We didn't get much at all. I mean, the driveway was wet this morning, but that was it.
Yeah. I don't think we got more than half an inch of rain in a 24-hour period.
No. A few more sprinkles of rain. It's slightly overcast here. Yeah.
It's overcast. It's not
overcast.
raining.
They're predicting a lot of rain, but we haven't seen any
It's
yet.
probably hit other areas.
Yeah.
Change the water.
Well, considering on some of the forecasts they were predicting thunderstorms, it means that the actual rainfall is probably pretty isolated.
Yeah.
Yeah, switch colors and size.
Micro. Once you have my hands on it, it just completely covers up the clay. I'm still using the whole hand. I'm just using a few fingers. Good morning. Oh, that bucket's messy too. There's not that much water in my water.
Do you need me to refill it?
Yeah. Water's only that deep.
Oh, fingertip dips. Not. Incoming water bucket. I think you're just going to have to dredge some of the goop out of that bucket.
Yeah. Well, I need to anyways. While we do a lot of handles again.
Yeah.
Because the goo from the handles comes from the bottom of the bucket. That's why it keeps them separated by color.
Yes, the more technical term for the goo is, of course, slip. And it's the whole slip and score for the attachment to the handles.
It's goo.
It's goo.
It's all gooey. It's a technical term. And stick. Come on.
There we go. That one was being ornery.
There's less port to
less surface area.
Yeah, less sticking power because it's not that much clay.
Oh. So these two. Yeah, that one's been done. It's just that set. It's the other day I was complaining about the amount of blurriness, at least on the Facebook version, because we were wondering if it was something with our outgoing signal. I love technical terms. We were wondering if it was something with our outgoing signal, but both the Twitch and YouTube stream of it were fine. They weren't all just a total mush to the point where you couldn't even make out faces. Go. Get some more off the backs now.
Hey, Kessler joined. Good morning.
I know. sun coming out at this point, don't we?
Pour the extra water in at the bottom.
It'll make it much easier to get it back off the back later. And clay's like the black one. Foggy always says that lace makers come up with the coolest, the ooeyest terms, like winky pin. That is a funny technical term.
It is.
It's like, Eleanor asking a few weeks ago where the term bat came from.
Wow, that is a good question, yeah.
Because BATT this is referred to as a bat. So cool to watch. See you later. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
When's sun's come out, in which case temperature in the room's gone up.
That's what you get with this south-facing window.
Yeah.
Passive solar heat.
That keeps the power bill down.
Yeah.
It's also the reason why we planted grapevines on that side of the house, was so that during the summer we didn't roast. There we go.
And no, you don't need air conditioning here.
No,
You
just
open the windows on the north side of the house.
let the cooler air in.
Yeah.
And it's climbed almost completely out of shot to get the stuff up onto the top shelf here. And I'm like, wait, I know where
I
the
can
top...
see your feet.
Yeah.
They're not out of shot.
I said almost out of shot. Michael joined. Hello. So last time we did throwing, we did per a custom order 24 8-ounce cups. Actually, now I can verify exactly how many we do have.
I kept not being able to count the other day.
Yeah, well, there was one plate in the mix.
Because that makes it difficult to count right there.
Haha, thank you. Okay, so it looks like we do have the 25.
Good.
Which is the number I thought we had.
Yeah.
There we go. That up there. I'll finish these guys here. Oh, that's the last piece that you've got there. I should cut you off more. Do you want to do some more just the regular 16-ounce size?
Sure. Unless anybody has requests of what they'd like to see me throw. Here's a chunk of this.
Chunkier?
Chunkier.
Charming
that
noise.
sounds really wonderful.
Okay, the next 4 pieces are between 22 and 31 ounces. There's occasionally this weird flute-like sound in the background, like a wide-mouth flute or something. Is that the wheel? It's the wheel.
Did it stop?
Because now she's turned the motor off. It could be the particular note that the wheel occasionally hits.
Could be.
It's either that or some sort of audio feature.
Could be. Could be the fact that it's reverberating or something. And that really gooey at this point.
It's like the echo you get on Skype sometimes.
Yeah.
Or the horrible scraping sound that what it turned out to be was the mouse on the mouse pad. Because to make it so that they last longer and they're more durable, we actually have metal mouse pads. had Amy and a drone join. Hello. So another thing that Eleanor mentioned was the fact that she was listening to the different sounds the wheel made.
Yeah.
And thus telling when you've raised or lowered the speed.
Yeah, because it changes.
Pitch of the motor changes.
Yeah. Something I don't even think about anymore.
No.
It's such a normal sound.
I guess I kind of listen to it as a background thing because I can tell there are certain patterns that you make with the wheel sound when you're about done with a piece and I have to reach over and move it up onto the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There. That got the last Monday's pieces. All rounded and marked. Let's get those up onto the shelf. And get the little clay chunks out of my sleeves. There we go. Most of the black pieces will end up with a pitcher. How about an attractive little maple syrup type pitcher? Maple syrup type pitcher, would that hold, what, maybe a cup, or would it be more like 16 ounces?
Probably something about the.
That's the 26
You
ounce.
don't need it to be huge.
No, because I'm like. Oh, and if you were to pre-warm it, it would stay warm for a long time.
Yeah. Because of the black clay.
Our black clay has excellent thermal properties, which is the reason why we make 16 ounces. You got the right size piece there. And she likes lots of syrup.
Okay.
Versus we've taken to not even putting syrup on our French toast.
Yeah, well, this will make the basil bread.
We got into making our own bread, and the basil bread tastes so good as French toast plain with nothing else on it. It'd be a shame to put syrup on. And the tea's making my throat feel better.
Okay.
Oh, and that one's got the natural unevenness already. Cool. See, unlike the cups where she'll let it trim off the unevenness to the lip, with pitchers she'll actually utilize it. And the high point will become the pull. As barbarians. I know, we're strange. We didn't put any syrup on our French toast.
See,
of course, according to her, she also says that I like mine burnt.
Well, you do.
Not black, just dark brown, all crunchy and tasty. It's the reason why I never have French toast out, because it's all like pale and barely golden.
And it's all
It's taste.
higher on one side than on the other. Do this so it'll make it a smaller opening.
Oh, that's a nice shape. So now she's zeroing in on where the high point is.
So I mark
There.
it with my fingernail.
Ah, I see it. It's stopping on the far side. Now it's facing you.
Yes, Sarah. I
can
tell.
I was looking at for seeing if I could see it from here.
I want to get it centered. What I'm going to do is I go pull that part in.
Fold that part up.
Then you have the
Ooh,
spout.
very nice. No burnt food.
And then when it dries, put the handle right there.
Yep. Take that and move it over to the shelf. Bottom shelf, because it's going to have a handle. There we go. So you have 2 more pieces there, which could either be the 16-ounce cup or they could be more moderate size of a black mug.
Could do beaker. 2 pure narrow beakers.
Because the tall slender beaker shapes are always popular.
I hate it when this happens.
Did it let go?
Yes.
Oh, loud.
Yes.
Everybody's ears okay? I know
Well,
the
yes,
mic will
it's-
peak and it has a max volume.
What gets it more adhered to the back then?
Yeah, true. Actually, it's occasionally adhered the cat to the ceiling too.
Yeah, well.
There we go. Do you want to finish the bag of black?
Might as well.
Okay.
Up. So this one's not. The most part is just I'm making a, to begin with, just a tall cylinder.
Actually, when we talked about dredging the goop out of the throwing buckets, that is a full container. Yes, it's a former yogurt container of the slip out of the red bucket. So I'll be using that assembling oil lamps today. Here's why it's going this way. So I suppose I might as well make some more of the menorah oil lamps.
Yeah.
Once we posted a picture of menorah oil lamps in progress yesterday, and as of the last inquiry she dealt with was what, 11,
11.
and there's a couple more that you need to respond to.
Yeah.
I need to make more because there's always the people who don't see them online first.
Yeah.
You know, they're the people out there who still are surprised when they see the skull mugs.
That was my
You
shoe.
missed the wheel head.
I just had shoes on it. One didn't go splat and drip between my toes.
Yeah, that's never fun.
Bottom is a toothpick, all nice and smooth. Makes the cup easier to clean when it's finished.
Makes your scrapey sounds when you're stirring something with a spoon too.
Okay. Nice and even. All the way up.
Now, at this moment, it looks like a boring cylinder. Won't stay that way.
Because I'm pushing it on the bottom. It's like throwing the whole thing off right now. Until I do this. Until it just straighten out. No hula's allowed here. Nope.
Yeah, there's times when there's the unevenness in the middle that's off-centered and it looks like the whole cup's doing the hula.
Yeah, I did that.
Yes, like that. Oh! Or you just plain give people motion sickness.
Let's straighten it out.
Thank you. No Salvador Dali vessels.
No dolly balls.
No Dali balls. That instructor was so incredibly embarrassed. It was a ceramics class, and I had had a bowl that had decided to fold in on itself. But it did so in a decorative fashion, so I left it that way and actually embellished it further. And then was the critique time, and the teacher was asking about it, and I was, oh, that's my doll bowl. And he went, oh, what sort of dolls do you collect? And I'm like, Jason Salvador Dali? Dale, not dollies. He was embarrassed. I was amused.
I laughed.
Yeah, you laughed.
It was the same instructor that didn't notice that he was 1.5 feet taller than I was. Didn't notice that I was short.
No, it came to point when he was like, here, you can see what color the flames are coming out of the top of this gas kiln. And we look over at him and go, there's flames up there?
Well, no, I suppose you can see that.
I suppose you can see them, yeah.
Because I went by the thermometer on it.
Yeah, you just read the instruments rather than
Yeah.
looking at the flames.
Because, well, I couldn't see the thing was this tall. It was an old
Sarah
plastic.
Channel Jackson Pollock. No, that's when the piece of clay is ornery and she goes splat. And that's the source of some of the splatters on the plastic on the wall behind her.
Because splats happen.
Splats happen. And occasionally it's not the kilns that cause the splats to happen either.
Yeah.
Like the other morning we came in and one of the lids on the throwing bucket, like that yellow lid you can see just in shot there, was on its side, and there were red footprints across the room. Luckily, there wasn't too much clay on the cap this time. It wasn't like the time where there was red footprints from one end of the house to the other. Luckily, they didn't stain. And the thing is you can tell from the expression that it had to have been Desi, because Honora is so grumpy when she does it. She does not like the red clay. She likes white clay and porcelain.
Because she's refined.
She's the refined. She is not the klutz.
What I'm doing is I'm giving it the hollow side so it curves in a little bit. So it looks
Gives
nice
it
on
that
the top.
grippier shape. And right now, yes, the wheel is spinning at a very slow speed. Oh, yeah, you can actually make it out by the dots on the wheel that you can actually see at the moment. They're not streaks. Red paw prints, you say, is like, yep. And clay in this instance, not blood, but yep, she was caught red-pawed. I have a light-colored duvet cover, which has permanent red paw print stains on them. That was the incident with the red paws all the way across the house, and that time it was Anara. And she was a very distraught-looking kitty.
First, and then there was ones with the white. Notice it on something. There's white paw prints going across the area rug in my room. That's good. Okay. I followed them either direction. To the cat. In the bed. And all the way back into here.
So it's a case of, well, I guess you need fresh bedding now. And clay's not toxic, but it gets kind of
just
gritty.
gritty.
It's gritty, it's dusty.
It's almost as bad as cracker crumbs. And now, oh my God, stay stuck in the back.
What I will do is I will put those two sample handles, because they've been sitting in a sunbeam, into the baggie with the other handles that you will be using tomorrow. Double check this one. That time,
That's just a home phone.
that's a home phone, in which
So
case it's
hopefully
bound
that
to be a telemarketer. Yeah. Our most recent home phone reads off the caller ID. In which case it's
really
like, listen.
Computer phone lady.
Yeah. And my goodness, the way it garbles some places. Sometimes it's like, what is it trying to read off? I actually have to go over and look at the screen on the phone and see what the heck it's trying to read. Because there was Eureka, Eureka,
Bodega.
Bodega BCA, and it's like Bodega Bay. Okay, other than a few pieces made out of the Greek clay, looks like we're up on throwing the orders.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. There's some, There's Greek clay pieces, including the secret project commissioned by Aisha.
Yes.
Which is to remain secret until the war.
Yes.
And we have to have it completed and off to him before that.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to think of when we're going to see him next.
Eggles.
Yeah, probably try to have it ready for Eggles.
Sir.
Is Maycrown something that we're going to be able to manage this year?
Yes, because it's in Vancouver, Washington.
Cool.
Oh, no. It's in... But it's
near there.
It's near there.
Okay, cool.
It was going to be there, and then it's... I think it might actually be at the same location it was that we went to.
Oh, the one where we drove past the vineyards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I looked up on the map, and the
That was a
picture
really
looked
nice
familiar.
site.
I liked that one.
All I remember is we went up to Portland and hung a right. And kept going until we passed through some areas that looked vaguely like Napa. Up and up and up. Because the thing is when you're doing that, it looks like you're like watching television or something. And all you're doing is staring into space out the window there.
Pay attention to my fingers. Or what the fingers are feeling.
Yes. You're paying attention to the tactile input.
Because at this point, it's far too close to my nose.
Yeah, because you're farsighted.
Yes.
You can't focus that close.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Thank you, phone. I think that was probably yours that buzzed. Okay, I did wonder. Yes.
What?
I guess it's yes. Your eyes don't focus that close because right now you can probably focus on the fingertips of that outer hand,
Yeah.
and that's about the closest you can focus comfortably, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what, about 18 inches away?
Yeah. So people get really close to my face and want to talk to me. It's kind of like
Yeah, you really prefer that
it's
people
because I
stay
can't
at least
see you
that far away.
I can't see people that close.
And particularly if you've been doing a lot of far work like driving.
Like 8 hours of driving. And then having somebody get in my
It's
face.
like if you've
literally.
It's like if you've been reading or doing close work all day, your eyes get
Really close adjusted.
really close adjusted, and you look up across the room and go, okay, focus, focus, and it's a moment before the rest of the world stops being blurry.
Yeah.
I have no idea if people with normal vision have those issues.
Well, it's a muscle thing.
Yeah.
So I would
I
imagine
would
it
assume
would.
that would be the case for people who don't have to have corrected vision.
Yeah. I had to do all those stupid eye exercises as a kid just to try to get the eyes to work together. So it's kind of like, yeah.
Apparently, you would have, with vision like that, you're a good candidate for doing juggling.
Not after being trained to make my eyes work together.
No.
Oh, you want to keep on? No, they're two separate objects. You cannot look at them at the same time. Because no, you just don't understand. I had to do these horrible eye exercises every day for years. I had one surgically corrected. Even I was lucky it actually worked.
Because it was what, only 1 in 3?
It's 50-50 chance.
50-50 chance that it would actually take.
It could have A, done nothing at all, or B, made my eye turn in instead of out.
My T isn't me.
Or it could only work for a certain amount of time, but it's type thing.
You've never had to have it done again.
No.
And that was done when you were what?
Doctor about 5-10 years ago. And
oh yeah, because your eyes were tired.
My eyes were tired. They go, your eyes aren't working together. And then he got totally creeped out because it's, yeah. And he goes, all of a sudden your eye snapped into place. And I go, yeah, it's a muscle.
Oh, focus on it.
Focus. Oh, eyes aren't working together.
Oh, must correct. Okay, more at the same size?
Yeah.
Oh, my throat. Oh, that's only a 29-ounce piece.
It could be a big one,
though. What?
It could be a larger Viking or...
Yeah, why don't you do one of those high-volume, small hand grip Vikings? There's no such thing as enough of that shape. If you keep going, you'll probably have another 8 to 12 pieces. You have thrown so far 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. You are on piece number 17. I'm going to go get more tea started. I know you haven't had a chance to even start on your cup of tea. But mine's already long since empty.
Oh, fine. Be that way. Yeah. I'm throwing a lot of times. I'm looking out the window. You can see the hills across the way. And in the distance, there's the King Range. And this time of year, it's kind of pretty.
got the electric kettle going again. Alright. This is when people ask for things and they go, well, a normal size mug. It's okay, but what volume?
What's normal to you?
What's normal to you? Our most popular size when it comes to mugs are actually about the 16 ounces. When you are talking about the black clay, when we're making mugs, the most popular size is the 24 to 30 ounce size. And then there are the people who, when they talk about a mug, they're talking about your average store-bought coffee cup, which holds maybe 8 ounces. Or when they talk teacup, which is like, okay, how much tea do you drink at a time? I like the 30-ounce mugs of tea. Some people have 6-ounce mugs of tea. And I've already gone through one 30-ounce mug of tea.
He's still sitting there getting cold.
I know. He's sad. Sitting right there, just out of reach, and you can't
I can
drink.
see it.
You can't drink your tea while you're throwing.
It's just too messy.
Yeah, you get the clay all over the mug.
And it's kind of slippery in the hand. I don't want to drop it.
For one thing, you'd waste your tea.
Oh, it's got bubble.
Okay, I can put that. I'm gonna put that over here. Yep. That shelf. So unless I move the 25 mugs into the other room, don't have a whole lot more space.
So we might have to stop then?
We may have to stop soon.
Oh,
I'm enjoying it. You know. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's probably space for about another 7-ish pieces up there.
Okay.
So we might be able to finish off the bag.
And they'll just have to be big pieces.
We could switch over to making the big black mugs.
Yeah.
In which case, there may be about 5 pieces here.
There we go.
There's an inclusion in the clay right there.
Whoa.
It's a little piece of stick. A
Mm.
little piece of flat material.
Not terribly surprising.
No. But at least I found it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is way too much clay. That is 57 ounces. That'd be
That
a
would
good
be
sized pitcher.
That would be a good size picture.
38 ounces. There we go. That's a large mug. Two.
This one has an odd consistency. It's got a low density area.
Huh. Yep. Another jaggy. Do that in a little bit. That one feels like it might be a little overweight. No, it's another 42 ounce. That'll work. Okay, I have no idea what that notification buzz was about.
That sounded like it was your phone.
Yeah.
Yours is the woo phone.
Yeah. Now it makes a distinctly different sound when the notification goes off. Let's see, how much is this piece? And that's 53, that's too much.
You really want me to make a
I
picture,
don't.
you?
Yeah, the wire tool does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's going to be another 6 pieces. There we go.
It's just going to be the shape.
It's just the shape it wants to be.
There's an odd low density area down below. I can't really change the shape too much.
That definitely looks like it's going to be a mug.
There we go.
It can be one of the short saying mugs.
Yep.
Short referring to length of saying, not necessarily to height of vessel.
Well, it
It's both, but yeah. And we do already have both black and stoneware handles. So we're set to go on both of those without having to pull the handles which one. We discussed. Now I want tea. Yeah. I mean,
No suggestion.
yes. And today it feels particularly good. Normally I don't go for a second one quite so quick, but I've had a bit of a sore throat for a day and a half or so. So it's like the ginger and the lemon feel really good on the throat. I always like watching the stage where it's just going up. And these pieces, they're water clipped off between 36 and 42 ounces. And my go-to tea for a while now, it's Earl Grey with what, about half an inch of ginger chopped up in there.
Yeah, roughly.
Ginger's good. But now the teacup is too hot to pick up. That's one of those things. But I'm still kind of thirsty. I just want to drink it, and it's still much too hot to drink.
You can't have mine. That one's fine.
Nope. And given the sore throat, I would not want to contaminate it. It wouldn't be a case of take a sip. It would be take your cup. Because yes, serious mugs of tea.
Yes.
Hot, hot. Ow. It's hotter than normal because the cup hadn't actually cooled off from the last cup of tea yet either. So it's really not comfortable to hold on to. And hold my hands around the cup and warm them. Meh. Kittens will not get up to make tea for me. That would be a fancy trick to be able to get the cats to make the tea.
Yeah.
They're more likely to howl at you to get up and get them food than the other way around. Or their water dish is, inadequate in some way. Like Desi is torn the bamboo out of the vase again and flung it across the kitchen. She generally just leaves it upside down on the sink. So its poor roots are hanging up in the air. Sorry. That was loud. And the bat's cleaner now.
Yeah, that was the point.
And there's a chunk of stuff on the side of the cup now.
Yeah, I know.
Got it off. That one's not far off in shape from my mug. Oh, it's a nice roundy mug now.
Nice roundy mug.
Lots of surface area for lettering.
Yes.
Shelf. Yeah, there are a fair number of bats that are not in the best shape. I suppose there was a period of 3 or 4 years where we were greatly increasing the number of bats spots that we had. And that was 7 or 8 years ago. So yeah, that'd be probably the reason why so many of them are worn right now.
There's a couple years more. We didn't eat it.
Do yours object to the white spot in the kibble bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't even let it get to the point where there's a hole in the middle of the kibble. It's like, it's not full.
It's not
Refill
fresh.
this now.
It's not fresh.
It's not fresh. If I take, about a tablespoon of fresh kibble and plop it on the top of the bowl, they'll eat more than a tablespoon of kibble, but that fresh stuff has to be added to the bowl. Which reminds me, I'm going to have to refill the small kibble bag.
Yeah.
Because we get the kibble in large sacks. It's like a 25-pound sack or something.
Amazon.
As we get them the big sack of dry senior indoor food. Not to say it's specialized. And we switched them over to the senior formulation when they were 6 and 7 respectively.
I think it was like 7 and 9.
7 and 9.
Yeah.
And now they're 15 and almost 17. Which is the reason why Inara is the grumpy old lady anymore.
No, she's not grumpy, is she?
In 2 months, she'll be turning 17. She's not quite as grumpy as she was last month. When it's like, it's the darkest part of winter. Human, make the sun come back.
It's always my fault when there's no sunbeams.
I was going to say, you could make some kiddie bowls from the Greek clay, market it as never a white spot. Yeah. Now, the food dishes we generally feed them out of, they are very much scoop-shaped, so the kibble always falls to the middle. Not even Desi has managed to make there stay a hollow spot in the middle of the bowl. I've got to stop trying to pick up the cup. I just keep reaching over.
Today's shape is tall.
Yeah.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
I wasn't apparently not paying attention to what I was throwing.
There we go. Now it's not quite as tall. That's a nice shape right there. It's kind of reminiscent of your brown tea mug. Okay, now it's not anymore. There was a stage where it had more of that Byzantine shape.
Maybe if I do that,
Yeah, like that.
I could leave it like that.
You could.
There we go.
Which 12th night was it at that we were being asked about Byzantine pottery? Is that the Antier one?
I don't remember, Sarah. I really don't.
Doesn't help that it was another case of the young man, laying down what he wanted for his first set of pottery.
That was at the Antier one.
Okay, I thought that the Byzantine set was the Antier one. They didn't place the order, but they were pricing it out so you could save up. Yeah. You didn't want to let go?
I didn't want things to go tumbling.
Yeah, tumbling is not fun. Squish, squish. So it's not scratching at your nose when they're covered in clay. Thing is I've just been drinking tea, in which case I keep trying to reach over and just idly grab the cup for another sip. Can't do it. It's too hot.
Don't do it yet.
Yep, it's still too hot to grab by the outside of the cup, which means the contents are definitely too hot to drink. Sadness. And I have gotten clay over a good portion of the outside of the cup. Just polish it off with at least the lip areas. Luckily, clay is non-toxic. Using your knuckles to compress the bottom.
No, just support my finger.
So the second joint of the finger?
Yeah. I like that. I just press in. And use those fingers and that part of the finger.
Well, that part's invisible from this angle.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really hard to see even if there was a camera directly over the top of the wheel. There's times I've thought about different camera angles. I'm like, oh, what if I were to put it like over your shoulder, you know, like above and to one side, be able to see in a little bit, but most
Or
of the time
one from one of those ones that you wear. It's like on the forehead.
helmet cam. But the thing is,
you'd see a lot of the view out this window.
Yep, that you would, because I'm like, you stare that way, you don't look down at what you're doing that often. And plus, if it was on your forehead, you'd see mostly the muck buckets. Desi vision. Oh, there we go. Yeah, strap it to one of the cats. And watch the cat freak out about the weight strapped to them. High-speed dash, most likely to end up with the camera shucked someplace under a piece of furniture.
Yeah. Or in a bed. Or under your Dizzy with being
as I said, under a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the other day when I had to extract her out from underneath the furniture. You know those Swiffer dusters, the one with the long wand? They work for scooping cats out from under beds, so long as it's on a slick surface and not like on carpet. Is it just turns out that they're relatively sturdy because they got it. Yeah, it's a GoPro. Yeah, that's what those cameras are called. The ones that you use for helmets and that sort of thing. It's the GoPros.
Yeah.
Might be something to think about in the future is having just basically additional cameras set up around the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if we have a different shop layout, we could actually have one aimed at more of a work table space.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is just the shape is tall.
The shape is tall.
Bit of hula. And the hula god. Hot bug. Pellet. Okay, it's hot even up at the top.
Oh, stop that already. Go.
The next one will be the last piece I can get on the shelf.
Watch this. That'll be the last piece.
Well, I have space on another shelf. I'm just going to have to shift things around a little bit. Because I like to keep all the handled pieces on one shelf, but I've run out of space on that shelf for handled pieces.
Just on the shelf, not altogether.
Not altogether, not quite yet. Sick. Does he have, 3 pieces left?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I can get 3 more bats on the shelf. Will not be able to get 4. Oh, it let go. Be prepared for a loud sound. And the reason why I flinch away, sometimes little pieces shoot off from the wheel when she does that. I have been hit in the face.
There's also spatters on my monitor.
I wouldn't know what it's like to get clay in your face.
I don't, but I'm not the one throwing. I'm several feet away and I still get it.
You're within the blast radius.
Yes. The fallout radius.
The splat radius.
Don't reach for the tea. Don't reach for the tea. I tried to do it again. I would imagine. Yeah. Do you want to try to make some of the roundy globe type shape ones?
I mean, actually,
Before it just goes straight up again. You know, the
want me to do
ones,
something like that.
the ones kind of
That's
shaped.
a pretty bowl.
You're not going for bowls, you're going for mugs.
I know. I was just.
That would be a really big bowl.
It would. It'd be pretty.
The black bowls don't sell that fast, though. Other than the Viking eating bowls. Smack that clay. Yeah. It's so hypnotic watching the when there's the really distinctive throwing rings in the piece. That is just the shape the clay wants to be today.
Yep.
And since none of these are being designated specifically for any given order, they can be
what
they want to be. In a few days, we'll be throwing with the Santa Fe, and with the red there, it's a case of those ones will have some precise shapes. These will be
stop that.
Is there an unevenness?
That's just a little lump or something.
Okay.
Was it a bubble?
Because I saw you, I'm feeling the edge of the clay, and I'm like, is there any issue? Is it going to end up being a smaller mug?
Here we go.
And that shelf is full.
Can we tell?
Last two pieces. And time for a fresh towel.
Because just too gooey.
Oh, that one's a patterned one.
Yeah.
Most of the towels in the most of the shop towels anymore are dead bath towels. You can get 8 shop towels out of one dead bath towel. Funk song. Katerina Fortune. Hello. Making the large black mugs. Oh, it let go again. Well. Wow, so what's it like doing laundry with clay like? Generally, when we do a load of clay towels, because they are very strictly kept separate from any other laundry, they'll be run through the washing machine 2, sometimes 3 or 4 times, depending on how dirty they are.
Because even the ones that started off white end up orange after 1 or 2 washings.
Because, this towel was originally white. That was one of those white Costco shop towels. If you accidentally get your clothing into a load with the clay towels, it will turn this color. I have a t-shirt that got in the wrong load. It went from being heather gray to about that shade. One wash. Your washing machine doesn't clog? No, we've never had it clog.
No.
Because the clay, when the way it agitates,
Well, if it was really much of a problem, we'd take them to a laundromat.
it would, yeah. In the past, when the shop was actually set up in a garage, we take them out to the driveway and pre-wash them in a bucket of water. Just basically soak them, get the big deal
The
chunks of
larger
clay out.
particulates out.
Yeah. And you'd end up with the big clay-colored streaks down the driveway.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And then when it rains, it goes away.
Yep. Eventually. Yeah, it's cooled down enough to drink now. Yeah, Debbie saw you drink. No. But yeah, generally after a load of clay towels has been washed, to make sure that whatever goes through the washing machine next isn't something that's...
Or sometimes we have to run the washing machine.
We'll run it empty, do a cleaning cycle on it, because there'll be like residue around the door.
It's kind of yucky.
Yeah. But in a way, it gets the organic residue out of the washing machine.
Because it's gritty.
It scrubs it clean.
After you get the orange out.
It's a different kind of residue in the washing machine after you do the clay towels. Don't have enough clay towels to worry about quite yet. I'm gonna have to be using a couple of them today, so I don't smash the details on those oil lamps. So,
yep.
Go. Last piece.
Last piece.
Cool.
That's the reason why I own so much black clothing.
Yeah.
Black doesn't show
Black
stains.
clothing. Clay stains don't show up on black. Yeah, clothing in our place is divided into work clothes, i.e. things we don't mind getting stained or worn with clay, because clay is abrasive to the fibers as well as staining to the surface. I have a couple pairs of leggings that, because I'll brace the pottery on my knee while we're working on it, I've actually worn holes into the knees from just drawing on it. Hot. Just barely cool enough to drink. Looks like we've got a fair bit of wind. Probably the 20-ish gusts today.
Yeah, and also the sun's out there too.
Yeah. If it weren't for the fact that I had so many oil lamps to finish, it might actually be dry enough out there to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
But I can do one or the other.
Yeah. Mowing the lawn might be a good idea.
Yeah, because it's supposed to rain again.
Yeah.
And since the oil lamps are made out of the red clay, if they start getting on the firm side, all I have to do is spritz them down.
Mm-hmm.
And that I can do once it's dark.
Yeah.
Unlike the guy at the base of the bluff there, I don't mow the lawn in the dark. His tractor has headlights, my lawnmower does not. Pieces just want to go up.
Yeah.
means I can get the longer sayings on the message mugs. One of the most recent ones. I'm gonna have to make more of that one too. It's the "This is my circus, but my monkeys fly."
Yeah. All I have to say about the Lord this year, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah. It's kind of like the fair.
Just a vendor there.
Yeah, just a vendor.
I'm gonna teach a class at the Lord this year.
Yeah. We'll actually have time to do things like teach classes. Maybe
And
see what
there's
classes are being
A couple
offered
people
this
that
year.
were kind of like,
I know, or people were sad last year because you didn't do your tile painting class.
was next year. So I've already signed up to do the class. So.
Yeah, because you asked me, it's like, no, do we have a write-up for it? And it's like, yep, there's a file in the ANS folder that is class descriptions. That way I don't have to keep coming up with it again and again. And with that, it's the last piece of the day. So thanks to the people who've been watching, and after the stream, it will be going up on YouTube. Just search for Reannag Teine on there. You'll be able to find it. I think it'll take it. Generally takes it a few hours to process, so that it'll all.
It's also up on Twitch.
It's
It'll be
also
on
up on
Twitch for
Twitch.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it'll be on Twitch for 2 weeks. It stays up on YouTube permanently, so you can go back and you could preview it, or if you came in late, you can catch the bits that you miss. But thank you people for watching this.
Bye-bye.